everyone. It is Alison Wheeler, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Hayley O'Neill today. She is an expert in nutrition and metabolism, has a PhD in that area, and I've had the pleasure of working with her. She's also one of my amazing clients as well. And I brought her on. I would love for you, Hayley, to introduce yourself and tell people what it is you do. How do you help the world? How do you help professional and very busy women out there?
Oh, thanks, Alison, for having me. So, I help coach or consult busy professional women live a healthier, happier life. I use a lot of evidence-based strategies, so they're backed by science to overall improve your health and wellness. We do a big focus on nutrition, metabolism, as well as gut health and hormones, using really simple, effective strategies. So, you don't have to give up the foods you love in order to both manage your weight, have more energy, increase mental and physical clarity, stamina, and overall vitality.
Fantastic. Now, I know that a lot of the people that you work with, so it's generally professional busy women who just got, which means often health has taken a back seat. So they might have put on, maybe people listening are in that situation. You've put on that bit of extra weight. You don't know how to shift it. Now you're also super busy. You're running around family, professional life, etc. How do you manage it all? And it slips down the cracks. So it's about supporting those people, but often also too, there's so much misinformation out there about weight loss. And then we get into that tricky area for women, perimenopause, which is spoken about very little, menopause, which is spoken about, but again, there's a lot of misinformation. So I know that you do quite a lot of work as well in that area of women going through perimenopause and menopause and helping them, because often that's when previous lifestyle creeps up on people, right? When we go through that hormone change in that next iteration of life, then, those lifestyle choices one has made previously or the stressful lifestyle, all of that kind of, all of a sudden, people are facing those comments of brain fog or weight gain or, emotional turmoil, right? Like the rage and the anger and the hysteria and the anxiety and all of that kind of goes within there, and then lose trust with their body, they lose trust with themselves. So tell me, I know that you're extremely passionate about helping women through that. What do you think are common I guess mistakes or pitfalls, or I don't like using the word mistake, but anyway,
or even misconceptions. So I guess most of the women I work with are 40 plus. Yes, they are starting to maybe go through perimenopause or menopause, and often we do get these symptoms happening, even 5 years before we actually see the physical symptoms. So those effects on the brain, mood, emotions, fluctuations in hormone levels. So some of the misconceptions are, I guess women don't even really know how to navigate their cycle, how to eat to support their cycle and their hormones. Misconceptions around when we're restricting our calories, like this is another big one, whether we're doing that during our menstrual cycle or not. Skipping breakfast to save on calories, a classic, woman that comes to me is usually skipping breakfast, having coffee around 11 a.m. You might have something small like a salad, for lunch. By the afternoon, you're reaching for that snack because you're really struggling in energy. A lot of the women, when they're coming to me, they're just like, I am bloody tired all the time. I'm sick of being exhausted. I can't, my memory is crap. I'm forgetting things and I'm just feeling completely exhausted. I don't give to myself. The other one is obviously eating around dinner time, not being organised with meals, but even snacking into the evening. So, this whole thing about trying the quick fix or the fad diets, and, in my programs, I go through all these, the science behind all the current, weight loss interventions. Obviously, I've had experience in running complex, large clinical trials looking at weight loss, both dietary and surgical weight loss, and really understanding the metabolism or the complexity of those. So I do break that down really simply for women. The other thing, I guess, is around calorie restriction. So, you know, how do we restrict our calories, or how much restriction to go into? Do you need to be counting calories all the time? Do you need to be counting macros? You know, I take a holistic approach. I don't believe you should have to be super strict. It's about creating a lifestyle rhythm that suits your needs, that's flexible and sustainable, because we know that within 2 to 5 years, whatever weight that someone loses when they're trying to manage their weight or lose weight, they're going to regain within 2 to 5 years. And this is with even as little as 8% loss in body weight. So, you know, I think we need to look at more personalised or individualised approaches. It's not a cookie cut approach that one size fits all. And I do know this because through my, you know, research, we look at the genetics, we look at the physiology. You know, you need to look at the, you know, psychosocial factors as well, the psychology, your support networks. And so what might be, you know, you often women feel when they're coming to me is, and what is wrong with me? You know, can I not lose weight? Or, you know, I'm feeling so bloody exhausted because my cortisol's up, and that, you know, my stress, like obviously that plays a role, but we need to look at nutrition. We need to look at the whole spectrum of things, because there's so many factors that can contribute to why you're feeling crap all the time, and just, you know, bringing things back in a, you know, bite-sized pieces that's easily to digest and implement, so you can start feeling better about yourself, more confident, that you have all the tools and resources. Like, say to my clients, I don't want you depending on me forever. I want to give you the education, the tools that you can apply that. And, you know, that's living proof through, you know, one of my first clients I had, she lost over 20 kilos, and she's managed, you know, she went to someone who was, you know, fearful of going to the gym. She didn't even want to go out in public anymore because she was embarrassed, you know, with herself. She was feeling insecure in her relationships. And now, you know, even it's well over a year since she hasn't been working with me as a client anymore, but she's now running, she's doing rock climbing, she's wearing G-string on the beach, you know,
Yeah.
and she's maintained,
total transformation, right?
Absolutely.
So someone can claim their self-confidence back and their life back. So awesome. Now, we're also, I mean, I coach you, I help you as well. So tell me why coaching, and what have been the benefits?
So coaching, as I was saying to Alison this morning, one of the biggest things is not that it's helped me with my business, with that accountability, but really every aspect of my life. There's things that I've been doing for probably the last 20 years. It's got my daughter coming in. Okay, thank you. How'd you go? Sorry.
All right.
But there were the kids. That's what we're busy, 4 kids this morning.
That's right.
Thank you.
Just managing work.
So I get it. So it's helped me with every aspect of my life. I've been working with Alison, it's probably over 2 years now. But obviously I have a full-time academic position. I do wellness, health coaching and consultancy. That's my business component, but, you know, boundaries, time management, you know, really getting strict with my time. Perfectionism has been a big thing that's been with me probably my whole life, and not feeling good enough. And, you know, as a result, I always overdo things. So, you know, one of the big things that Alison has taught me is to keep things simple and just to get things done. And I apply that to my work. I apply that, you know, to my home life. And as a result, I'm able to move more things forward. As my life is quite busy, I'm getting quite consistent with my routines in the morning. You know, I've had my kids are now 6 and 7, but we also have a 10 and 12-year-old, my partner's kids. So we have all 4 at once. But, there's something, I've always exercised a lot, always eaten healthy. But there was a time in my life where this was all falling to pieces because I was feeling so exhausted. But, getting clear on my goals, and that was as simple as, preparing healthy meals daily, even though I knew all this information. But, you can move along, but then life happens and stressful things, and then things slip down. And this is just, I guess, a natural part of life and what we all experience. But for me, a big thing was getting consistent back with my exercise, eating, work meetings not running over, not working back late or taking my work home with me, so my sleep's better, quality time with my family and children, and I do implement those things with my clients. But I guess it's being accountable, and when things get really busy or I call it overwhelming, bringing things back simply and keeping true to those things that I've worked with Alison. Time management is a big one, knowing when to push and pull, and just making sure I'm moving things forward. So, and consistency. So that was a big thing with me. I'd build momentum, and then something would happen and the shit stops, and then build momentum and stuff, so I just said to Alison this morning, actually, if I hadn't had her, this is my busiest teaching semester at the university, if I didn't have her moving my business, along with that accountability and showing up even when you sometimes want to feel like, what is all this worth, it's really good to check in, and you come out the other end, and I felt really proud. And that was something last year as well, consistency and showing up. And I had some of my biggest months financially and clients with Alison, and that was a big thing I was proud of, even though going through certain struggles and stress, that I was managed to show up, keep my clients moving forward, and rebranding my business, bringing it to a new level. So yeah, I'm very grateful and thankful for all her support, just not with my business, but with my whole life. Yeah,
which is the same as what you do for your clients, right? You help them with their whole life. Yes, you might be helping them with weight loss or nutrition or whatever on the front end, but it's that whole life package, right? Because you take yourself everywhere. So Hayley, if people need some support, busy women, they want to get their health on track, they want to lose some weight, they want to get out of that symptomology we've spoken about, how do they find, what's the best place for them to reach you?
Yeah, so obviously I'm very love to have a chat, and even just DMing me or joining me, my personal Facebook page. But I also have a group. It's called Powerful Professional Woman. I put lots of tips, support, resource, guides in this private Facebook group. We have over 155 women in this group now. A number of them have been my clients. I really open up for open communication in there, but anything that you're struggling with or you want more of, you can access that in the group. You can book 15-minute discovery call with me, to discuss some of the things that you're struggling with or why other approaches may have failed. I do all the hard work for you. And, I think that's one of my strengths, is that I do believe in personalised interventions. I do know all the evidence. I know how to research. If something's not working, we shift and try something else. So, I'm very results driven. It's a very personalised support that I give my clients. Many of them have even been back with me 2 or 3 times over the course of, 2 years, because that's accountability and that support. We know from the research that is the key that's going to keep these changes or positive changes or habits to your life sustainable. Okay.
Absolutely. And you've definitely helped me. And I know then that you can help lots of people who are listening. So reach out to Hayley and get the support that you actually need. You don't have to keep waiting and struggling. I appreciate your time, Hayley. Thank you so much for jumping on.